Not a bad episode, but it is one that loses me both times that I've watched it.
How so?
It's not even, it's just like other things start popping into my head. Like, gotta remember to do the dishes. It just, it doesn't hold me 100%. It's interesting. There's stuff going on, but it's kind of like not, I don't know. I think you could have done this in the process of another episode, like had other things going on and do this at the same time.
Yeah, I feel like we've come to that conclusion a couple times in the last couple episodes.
Yeah.
I think the last one, I pretty much said you could have summed this all up in 10 minutes in another episode. So maybe they should have squashed these 2 last episodes into one.
Well, you know what? Going through some notes today, season 2 was supposed to be 13 episodes. 2 executive producers were fired in the process of this season being made, and it was extended by 1 more episode.
I wonder what happened.
I don't know, and I kind of want to do some digging around because I came across some interesting little things that were referenced. Like, I don't know if it was one of the guys who was fired or what, but in season 1 of Discovery, one of the executive producers said that Discovery kind of exists in its own bubble, and what happens on the show is only going to be reflected on this show. It's not like we're going to see Spock or the Enterprise. Well, okay, but so I kind of want to do some digging around and check out some of these things that were said behind the scenes that led to or were part of, or what's going on with so many people being let go and directions. Because, Brian Fuller created this show and then left before anything happened with it.
That's weird.
Yeah.
He didn't get Me Too, did he?
No, I don't believe so. Brian Fuller is actually heading up a Friday the 13th TV series for Paramount Plus right now.
Well, I wouldn't say right now, but it is in talks. Well, I don't know. I haven't heard anything new about it in a long time, so I'm not sure.
Said he's got 3 seasons planned.
Well, sure. So do I.
Mm-hmm. But you're not Brian Fuller.
Yeah, granted, he's in a way better position to make them than I am. But yeah, as fans of this show know, I used to do a Friday 13 podcast a while ago. We ran for 2 years with me at the helm, and it's still going now, I think, albeit very boringly.
Well, very, very flatly at the very least, just kind of flat.
So after the last reboot, with Derek Mears as Jason, we kept getting told something else is coming. Derek Mears has 2 movies on his contract. I did hear about the TV show. It's been a long time ago that I heard about it. Maybe this is something different.
This is something different because this is Victor Miller and Horror Inc. are involved in this, both of them.
Yeah, I know Victor Miller just got a recent, several years. But
yeah, I was going to say, he won that lawsuit like 6 years ago. Sean.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Like, he just recently won a lawsuit about that, and he does have at least some rights to Friday the 13th. I don't know. I'd be interested in seeing it for sure because I'm definitely a big fan of all things Jason.
Mm-hmm. Well, Brian Fuller, he did Hannibal. He's got a bunch of credits, but yeah, he was the guy who actually ramrodded this show right at the very beginning and then was gone. So
yeah, I mean, it could be that was by design because he was about to move on to other things, but
could be.
Who knows?
Yeah, but those were just some of the things I came across, and I think I'd kind of like to sit down and just start picking out some of the anomalies and things that have happened in the creation of the show. Yeah, it's just this episode, I think this and other things we have picked out could be the result of adding an episode to the season.
Oh, so you're saying stretching out the storyline for one more episode? I mean, maybe. Yeah, because this episode and the last episode definitely could have been smushed into one thing, and it wouldn't have felt so, I don't know, weird. Yeah.
No, again, neither one of us are TV writers, and this show is allowed to run an episode as long as it wants. So if they feel like they need an hour and 10, it gets an hour and 10. If they need 38, it gets 38. We don't understand the realities of what they're shooting for with each episode or what their mandates are. But as fans, we certainly feel a certain way about the length of episodes.
Yep.
Yeah. one of the things I wanted to address real quick is I got a comment on YouTube today that I lost the guy's name, but he said he felt like he was barging into two friends' conversation. So the way our YouTube videos is set up, first you get the full episode, and then it's released segment by segment. Now, usually the segments are okay to stand alone, but they are not properly introduced necessarily. You know, you're going to have to kind of pick up as you go. But
yeah, I'm the one who sets the segments, and I usually name them in a theme. Mm-hmm. You know, you get 100,000 cool points if you can give me the themes to all my episodes. Some of them are obvious, but some of them are not really.
No, some of them are
only
pretty,
they're only obvious to me.
Yeah, some of them are pretty like what's the right word? Like
pretty on the nose.
Yeah. But you know, so anyhow, if you're listening to us on YouTube and you come across like a shorter video and that's the feeling you get, it's kind of by design, but it's also kind of poorly introduced by us. But what it comes down to is people don't necessarily want to watch an hour long or listen to an hour long podcast when they're on YouTube. I think what's average view time on YouTube? 6 minutes. Yeah,
6 to 10 minutes. I think it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty short.
Yeah. So we definitely try to keep our segments to that. And again, I'm the one who delineates the segments. Our YouTube guy just kind of takes what I put in the show notes and makes videos based off that. So if you're going to be pissed off at somebody for any of that, be mad at me. He just goes by what I do.
Well, I just kind of wanted to explain it because I did answer the guy on YouTube, but I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. And I'm sure this will now be its own weird segment on YouTube, but okay.
But no, I mean, that's kind of the point of a podcast though, isn't it? Like, especially one like this, like we're not necessarily talking to you, the listener, necessarily. I mean, sometimes we do, obviously, but generally it's just, it's me and Jeremy going through episodes and talking about them as if we would be, sitting at the kitchen table drinking some beers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much. And it's obviously we'd love it if you guys would chime in wherever you check us out at, if Twitter, if it's still around in a week or two, or however you like.
Speaking of that, real quick,
yeah,
I was taken in by that video where I thought Elon was firing people on Joe Rogan's podcast. It got me hook, line, and sinker, but it was not. There was an amalgamation of a couple different episodes, but it got me.
Yeah. Well, it's this morning, my old broadcast partner, Bobby Blaze, tweeted something at me, and my response to him was, I hope answering this doesn't cost me $8.
Yeah, you're going to have to pay for your blue check mark, $8 a month.
Yep. I'll be right on that, guys. Where do I send my check?
Just as soon as we set up a Patreon, and the lowest tier is $8 a month.
Yeah, that's the blue check. You know what? If you subscribe for $8, we will send you a plaque of a blue check.
Sure will. It'll all be fancy and stuff. My wife's got a Cricut over here. Like, we can do it up nice.
Yeah. It'll be really cool. But it's actually what I've been working on this week though is our Talos 4 journals. So we may actually have some merch coming up, but yeah.
Oh yeah. And it looks very nice. I'm going to get a copy because I like nice notebooks, and that's a nice looking notebook you made there, bud. Appreciate it.
Well, and you would especially be interested in my Blue Time Traveler's journal when it's ready. I'll show you.
I'll
show you the cover.
That's what I use something similar for my notes at work. It's the TARDIS notebook.
Oh yeah.
I think it's the one that River Song keeps. At least it's modeled after that.
Yep, that's mine's kind of designed to look the same way.
Yeah.
All right, so now that Commander Dog is back to being a little antsy pants over here, let's go ahead and wrap up. Chris, did you have any final thoughts or anything about this week's episode?
No, I mean nothing above and beyond what we already said. Like, I agree with you. It was a good episode. This was actually one of the first ones in a couple episodes where the entire thing kind of moved the overall arc forward. But like you, I feel like they could have stuck a lot of this stuff in another episode, which again, actually the last episode would have been a perfect combination for what we were talking about. But other than that, man, I liked it. It was good.
Oh no, I was, like I said, it loses me a little bit just because it feels like it goes on more than it has to. They could have dropped all the clues to Arium being turned and then just sprung it on you all at one time. You know what I mean? Like, just kind of like have her character do more for a couple episodes and then spring it, at the end. That's the way Babylon 5 would have done it,